Won't let you down, won't let you down again. I won't again. Hello and welcome to Piano Shack with me, Woody. Thank you very much for tuning in. Today I have a really exciting show for you. Let's just move this out of the way a bit. Apparently I did okay with my video about the Modi X, because Yamaha have sent me another keyboard ahead of the official product launch so that we can check it out in advance. How awesome is that? So today we won't do an unboxing, thank goodness for that, because it's not in a box, it's in this flight case. So we'll do an uncasing. Let me explain what's going on here. So this is actually a prototype, that's why we don't have a new in-box product today. This is one of the very early prototypes. The production instruments aren't yet available. Now it's Saturday today and Yamaha sent me this one yesterday evening. So Friday evening I got this and I have played around with it a little bit. I put it back in the box just to create an element of surprise for you. But yeah, I enjoyed playing it yesterday evening. I've now got 2 days, realistically, to put together a video about it in time for the official product launch, which is on Tuesday evening, which is when I hope you're watching this video. And that is a really tight deadline to learn an instrument and put together a video in just the weekend, because believe it or not, I do have other things to do as well. I'm led to believe that only a few of these have gone out to YouTubers. It's a pretty strange and special feeling to know that I'm one of the very few people in the world right now that have got to play on one of these. So today I'll give you a tour of the instrument and show you around some of its quirks and cool features. And then we'll play a few songs. Actually, I'll play the songs interspersed through the video because you guys hate me when I just do it at the end. And all of the songs that I'm playing today are requests that I've received from you on social. I sound like a 32-year-old when I say that, but I did ask you to send me requests of songs to play, because the hardest thing about doing these kind of demos is knowing what to play. I'm sure you're all pretty bored of my standard repertoire right now. So if you don't like the music, don't blame me. Okay, what we have here then obviously is the 88 note model. There is also a 73, and that one appeals to me more than the 88 actually, because as you can see we have quite a limited amount of space here in my little studio room. So the 88 doesn't really fit in. But this one has a fabulous, gorgeous action. I'm going to show you a close-up in a second, because this is a wooden keyboard. I forget the exact model designation, but it's the same as the P515 flagship P-series digital piano. The 73, the Yamaha people tell me, is a completely newly designed keyboard action that they've built specifically and designed to emulate the feel of an electric piano. So that's going to be very interesting to try out as well. I don't know if you can see that, but although they have a plastic surface on the top, a smooth, glossy plastic surface, underneath there is a piece of wood. I'll put some B-roll in here perhaps if that's not coming across on the video. But that's really wonderful. I don't know what effect it really has when you're playing, because your fingers are interacting with the plastic surfaces, but it's for some reason very comforting to know that underneath there's wood, and I suppose it gives it a feeling of stability that you don't get with fully plastic keys. The black ones, by the way, are fully plastic. As far as I can tell from checking on the internet, they don't have the wooden insides. But they have a lovely textured feel on the top, so your fingers aren't going to slip off if you're playing with sweaty fingers. Before we go into the front panel controls and the architecture, I just want to share with you my first impressions about the build quality and the construction of this instrument. It's absolutely fabulous, as you would expect for the price. Now, I don't know if this front panel is made of metal. I did put a magnet on it and it didn't stick, but it feels cool to the touch and it's extremely sturdy. So my guess is it's aluminium, but it could be plastic, I'm not sure, but it's extremely solid nevertheless. And the keyboard itself is super heavy, which I think is a good thing. It doesn't glide around, it doesn't move and rock about when you're playing, and it just pulls me in. When you have an instrument that's made this well, with this high quality, it just makes you want to play, which I don't get the same feeling from cheaper plastic keyboards, even if they do sound great. I can't walk past this one without just caressing it or tinkling a few of the ivories, but I'm a bit strange like that. Maybe it's just me. Let me know in the comments. Maybe you want to have a quick look around the back. Okay, I've not got the optimum camera angle, but super cool to see XLR balanced outputs there. This is a pro instrument for sure. Got a whole suite of foot controllers here. Inputs as well. That's interesting. I'm not sure what they're for, but we can check that out later. Conventional MIDI in and out on old school DIN sockets. That's awesome. Look, attachments for a music stand. Love that. How cool is that? I didn't get one in the box, and maybe that's an optional accessory. Okay, let's do a tour of the front panel from left to right then. So here we have pitch bend in a very unusual, unconventional configuration here. We have a pitch stick thingy here in aluminium, which feels really great actually, and the mod wheel is represented with this little stick here at an angle. It's fine to play actually. I don't have a problem with that. I can adapt to that, although I'm sure many of you out there will probably not like it very much. But anyway, I'm super happy that Yamaha didn't put it, in any case, down here on the left side of the keyboard, because that just makes these 88s and 73s even longer. Okay, just to give you an overview of the front panel layout then, we have, and I haven't read the manual by the way, I think I'm going to write an angry comment, but Yamaha thought that I would be able to figure it out without reading the manual, and that was certainly the case. So here on the left we have the conventional different banks of presets here. You can go up and down in pages. But then coming up we have the first sound engine, which is your piano sounds, arranged into different categories. I'll show you those in a second. You can toggle them on and off with this little funky switch there. Next we have the electric piano segment, which you can toggle on and off. So this is how you do your layers and your splits. The split controls are right here. And over here we have some effects for the electric piano section. Then we have a third sound engine here. So this section is called sub, but these are sub voices. We have things like strings, pads, synth sounds, and even organ over here in this section, and also some effects. Then we come over to a really amazing sounding, I loved this last night as I was just jamming, a really nice delay, which can be digital or analog. We have almost finally the reverb here with very simple controls, also these toggles to switch it on and off. Finally, we have then an equalizer section with a high, sweepable, mid-band and low, and you can switch it on and off with this little button here. Let's talk about these quirky buttons. Actually, let's take a brief interlude at this stage, because you're probably sick and tired of hearing me talking right now and you want to hear how this thing sounds. Let me play a couple of requests that I got from my followers, and we'll start off with the piano category. Two-pack changes, right? The only hip-hop tune I know. Okay, the buttons then. So we've got a combination of different things. We have these really nice feeling rotaries here to select the various categories. And then once you're in a particular sound category, piano, grand piano for example, we have these really strange rocker buttons to go up and down. I've seen buttons like this before, but I can't quite place them actually where they come from. And they're in different colours, yellow, red, blue there. I don't really know why, because everything else is in the same colour. A very prominent feature, but they feel great to touch. It reminds me of something on a flight deck of an aeroplane or something like that. The same thing goes for these little toggle switches. Something you might expect to see on the radio stack of an aeroplane or something. They're really strange, quite unique, and I applaud Yamaha for doing something slightly different. They feel great actually. These 4 switches down the bottom here is what we use to switch on and off the various sections and effects, and they're really satisfying to engage, so I really like those. Once again, I've been talking far too much. Let's take a few requests and play some songs. Too fast, but this is YouTube, we have to keep the tempo high. Okay, let's explore the front panel in a little bit more detail. We won't go too much in depth today because I don't want this to be a really long video. Over here then we have a rather nice screen, nice contrast, nice size and everything. Like that a lot, not touch screen obviously. So it's organised in pages of 8 presets. And I like that on the screen you can see which sound is assigned to the 3 slots. Well, you can't see me doing that because I'm zoomed into the screen, but as I engage the different engines, you can see them coming on and on to the screen here, and you can also see which sound is assigned to each engine. I'm sorry, Yamaha, if I'm not using the correct terminology. This thing also does DX7 sounds. Mind blown! Let's take a listen. Ooh, that's a pretty little thing. Let's take a closer look at the piano section then. So we have 4 different categories: grand piano, upright piano, CP, that's the vintage Yamaha CP, electromechanical grand pianos, really nice. Layered pianos. It's fabulous to see upright pianos and the good old CP getting featured prominently here on the front panel and in the sound ROMs. Now, once we're in a category, you can step up and down through the sounds. So we have the CFX here. This is the flagship grand piano sound that's on my ModiX as well, I think. I assume it's exactly the same sample set. We have the Bosendorfer Imperial. We have a S700. The C7, I think that's an expansion piano sound. And let me talk a little bit about this because it's pretty interesting. So there is some flash storage on board here where you can load in additional expansion pianos that Yamaha will be releasing. And this one, Andreas tells me, has 3 of them already installed. There's one grand piano, I think it's the C7, and then there are 2 electric piano sounds that are extra on top of what you get on the ROM. There's a Rhodes sound that was additional and a special Wurlitzer electric piano sound as well. I don't know why I said Wurlitzer in a weird way. A whirly sound as well. But I asked them, okay, so will these be available for purchase or will you be giving them away for free? I'm very happy to tell you that they will be a free download, which is really awesome. So on behalf of everybody, thank you very much. This is the U1 upright piano. Pretty nice. And also there will be ROM updates for this one, and they encouraged me to tell everybody watching this that when they buy their CP88 or CP73 to remember to download the latest firmware, the latest ROM version from Yamaha, and install that one, presumably over USB. And here is the CP80 with just a touch of reverb. Okay, I guess we can continue to explore the piano. There are a number of effects that you can assign to the piano engine as well as just the tone. That's the brightness of the sound. and the volume of that part as well, which is how you mix the different volumes of the engines when you're creating your layers and splits. This is a layer with piano, strings and Rhodes. So I'm just going to disable all of the effects actually and enable the electric piano section. We have 4 categories. We have the Rhodes, which sounds like this. Bit tricky to play when I'm hard to play with the tripod in the way. But man, that sounds fat, that sounds excellent. I love that. That's the best Rhodes I've ever heard from Yamaha. And that's just one. We have 5 Rhodes sounds. Let me show you those. Number 2, just different vintages. Number 4. So that was an awful demo with terrible playing. Let's try again. I'm going to play you all 5 Rhodes sounds now. They sound like this. All effects switched off. Number 1, number 2. Just different variations of the Rhodes, different models, different years. Here's number 3. Number 4. Here's number 5. Number 1, my favourite by far. So warm and fat. And of course we can add a little bit of effects as well. We've got a complete effects engine here over to the right where I can put chorus, pan, phases, auto wah and everything over here. Let's just add a few things at random. Bit of reverb. I love engaging these different effects sections. Wonderful! As if that wasn't enough, we have some various Wurlitzers here. Switch off the effects. There we go. There's a drive button here as well, which will add a bit of distortion to the sound. Oh yeah! Ha! Got to watch my levels here. Here's a quick demo of the whirly with just a little bit of reverb and distortion. It sounds great. Okay, the next sound engine is this one, mysteriously called Sub. Switch off the other ones, switch that one on, and here you have your layered sounds, stuff that you typically layer behind a piano sound. Although even the piano section over here does have a category called layered piano, but you can do it yourself here if you want more flexibility. Some lovely pads. We have a tone control there, which is a very basic filter. So don't think you're getting a Nord Stage style synthesis engine here. Yeah, you get the idea. A whole variety of different sounds. We won't go through them all today. There's simply not enough time. I've got a feeling this video is long enough as it is. Organ. I can see we even have a rotary control here. This is the init sound actually. It contains a piano, the CFX, electric piano, Rhodes, and a pad. It sounds like this. This is a little bit tricky to play. Thank you so much for the request. Great song though. That concludes then my rather lengthy introduction and overview to this stage piano after only owning it for a couple of hours. So take it for what it is, but I think I was able to show you around the instrument, show you the architecture of the front panel, and share with you some of the sounds. And here's a beautiful layered piano synth sound. Check this out. Please put your feedback and any questions in the comments and I'll try and answer them. If I can't answer a particular question, I'll ask the people at Yamaha, and then we'll perhaps do a follow-up video where we can address all of the questions and the topics that you raised. That's it for today then. Thank you ever so much for watching. Remember to visit my website, woodypianoshack.com. I'll see you again soon. Cheerio.